farmers, welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. Yes, we are in the evening hours, just about from the same in-game day as we were yesterday and last episode. I just got done seeding the first field right behind these little huts here, and I noticed, I'm like, I think the seedle should be seeding a little bit faster than it is. Since we got the Axion tractor in here, we'll repair that for $1,500. All right, whatever. It needs to be done. Yeah, the seed roll condition is at 0. Repair that for $800. Yes, please. So I can go from seeding at 11 miles an hour to I think 16. Anyways, we have fertilized all the fields up here in the upper plateau. We're all set there. The Voltra is now on field number 3, spreading lime there. And in the lower plateau, the John Deere, I converted the John Deere tires from the balloon tires, or whatever you want to call them, to double row narrow tires, because the weeds are already there. And right now he is in a cotton field. Let me go ahead and show you the PDA, what's going on here. So there's the worker in field number 3. Not going to take too long. And then he's going to go over to field number 4. Hopefully I got enough lime in there to do both. Probably not. I got fields down lower plateau, field 29 and 30. Got most of that weeded with a worker. I had to do a little strip there because the fence line, I mean, that weeder is kind of big, needs a big turnaround. But you can see the weeds are slowly going along here. I may catch up to the weeds, or the weeds may stay ahead of me. I don't know. I got the speed back down to ×1 because it's getting kind of late in the evening. Well, I just want to say late. I got about a couple more hours of daylight left, and I really kind of wanted to get a lot of this work done up here. I thought, well, we'll just do a little bit, and then I'll do the rest of the morning. Then that will just make the fields kind of out of sync from one another by 12 hours. And I really didn't want that, so I want to run the speed back down to ×1 again until I get these fields seeded. As for the fields needing being de-weeded down there, I think I'd be okay for another day before those weeds hit stage 2, I think. But our main focus is to kind of get this upper plateau kind of set for the day and get the canola in. At least that's my goal, but goals are sometimes never met. We're going to seed a couple fields and then hire a worker to do the rest. And then we're probably going to go on down and take care of the cows at least. We'll feed the cows, give them some straw. I went down to the BGA and checked on the Total Mix Ration mixer just to see the status of it. I got almost 1 million liters of Total Mix Rations. They're ready to be delivered to the cows. So I should have plenty of TMR for a couple of feedings for the cows. So in theory, I guess I got like enough feed for like 15 days. So that is plenty. As for the TMR mixer, yes, we are just about out of hay. I got maybe like 60,000 liters of hay left. I have some of the silos as well. So yeah, the grass field that we have, we will be making hay when it's ready, which will be tomorrow morning in game time. So yeah, the field will be hay. And then, of course, hopefully at the same time, I was looking at the cotton and sugar beet field. Yeah, those fields, they're not going to be ready in the morning. Probably not until tomorrow afternoon. So definitely will give me time in the morning to probably take care of the animals. Maybe get back to doing some of the potatoes. Try to get some premium potatoes, do some of that. I've kind of put those off. Like I said, I'm in no rush to get the premium potatoes done. We'll get them done when we get them done. No rush there at all. Even if there's a great demand for those premium potatoes, I'm not too concerned about it. So, but anyways, our main goal for this episode anyways, like I said, is we'll get most of the work done here in the upper plateau. I don't know if I'll get it all done in the episode. But yeah, we'll get a couple fields seeded here, and we'll go take care of the cows. And in the meantime, I'll be running around, moving some vehicles around, taking care of the workers, what have you. So yeah, we're pretty much all set. We are planting canola. My rotation, like I said, I'm going to try to do an alphabetical order so I can remember which one we're doing. So we're starting off with canola, then it'll be soybeans, and then sunflowers. And then that'll be our rotation up here in the upper plateau. I don't plan on planting nothing else up here. I don't really need to. We got plenty of oats for a while. Yeah, that's the only other thing that will be thrown in the rotation up here will be oats, I think. So when I start running out of oats for the horses, it'll be time to make some oats. I probably should check on that. With the amount of horses that we have now, I should just make sure I'm set with oats on the horses. I mean, yeah, in regular, I think it's 10 days for the animals when you feed them with food. I think it's 10 days. I'm not sure on that. But yeah, it takes what, 2 days to plant crops and then harvest, and you're all set. So I just need to double check on that, just to make sure we have, it's like nothing worse than running out of feed for your animals and your animals aren't producing for you for a couple days. At least for me, it's a couple days because we got our growth speed on slow. There's no way I could play this game with growth speed on fast or normal with the amount of fields that we have. I guess I could always turn it on. I always complain sometimes that the crops grow too fast on the base game, and I guess you can always put it on stop growth, but yeah. Anyways, we're zooming along here. The seed drill, I did top it off before I started seeding the first field, and usually with this seed drill, I have no problem getting all 5 of these fields done after topping off. It's going to have plenty of fertilizer and seed to go around. And the good news is, since it kind of needs lime, I say the good news, let me separate this. The good news is, we was spreading lime up here. We got to fertilize it and lime it, and now we're seeding it. So now we got 2 stages of fertilization. So we're all set in fertilization for this rotation anyways. We just have to take care of the weeds. The bad news I was thinking of is we just spread lime on the lower fields and up here, so the upper and lower fields are almost in sync of how they need lime. So it's going to be every 3 harvests. It's going to be kind of a hectic trying to get, I mean, I got the tractors, we can just hire workers, it won't be too bad. It's just kind of sad seeing every hour how much of a wage payment I have, but you got to do the work. If you don't do the work, your yield gets worse, and that just means less money coming in. So you got to, the old saying, you got to spend money to make money, right? I mean, look how much money we spent getting the lower plateau on the east side, merging those fields, spreading lime, putting seed and fertilizer in. Lots of money, but in a couple days, we're going to have tons of cotton in that field, hopefully. I'm hoping for like 6 modules in that field. We get about 4 modules in the field on the west side, so can we get like 6 modules on the east side? Maybe 7? I don't know. I'm bad at judging the size of that field. I do have the mod installed. I think I got it installed where it shows you the possible production and how big a field actually is. I don't know if that actually works when you expand a field, because the stats seem to... I've tried out another map and it didn't seem to change. There was an update to the mod, so maybe it works now. I don't know. But I just figured, what, we'll find out in a couple days. That way, we'll really know then, won't we? So, looks like my Voltra is done with spreading lime in field number 3. So what we're going to do is, after I finish this field, we're going to skip across, get the field done over by the sheep. I'll have to make one pass because the workers have a hard problem. Someone put that sheep pasture a little bit too close to the field, so workers are afraid to get too close to the sheep pasture. They don't get the whole field done. So I'll do a headland down there, and once I get that done, we'll go over and grab the Voltra, and we're going to go over and hopefully spread lime in field number 4 together. I mean, we are going to. I just hopefully I have enough lime to get the whole field done, is what I want to say. Looks like my driving skills today are almost, I'm going to jinx myself, are almost spot on, because look at that. The perfect width in the field. Of course, until I get to the end, I'm going to leave a little strip here, aren't I? Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Almost had it. Almost had it. Alright, so that's 2 of 5 fields done. Alright, we'll raise that up and go across, and like I said, we'll get a headland done on the other field and hire a worker. And then we'll go up to field number 3 and see how much lime I have. I don't need much, because field number 4 is not that big. I would assume I probably need like 7,000 liters of lime for that field. Maybe. Alright, put that on down. Yeah, so as for the money situation, we have spent a lot of cash in these last 2 episodes. I think yesterday's episode, when we started, I think I had like $450,000. I'm down to about $420,000. So I've spent $30,000 for fertilizer, seed, lime, and wage payments. And that's, don't forget, we've had about every hour I think we earn like $2,000 from property income. So I've actually spent more of that. The property income is kind of, I was going to say balancing out a little bit, but I wouldn't really say that's balancing out when you've lost about $30,000. I shouldn't say lost. We spent $30,000. Yep, that's the way to say it. We spent $30,000. Alright, so just got to do one headland here and then send a worker up on the other side of the field. One time I set the worker on that side of the field to work from, that'd be what, west to east as we're facing, because right now we're facing east. And the problem is, one time the worker kind of went off this cliff that we end up creating when we put the chicken coops over here. So now I always try to make sure I have the workers start on this side of the field and go the other direction. Alright, you should be all set to go. Have fun with that. Alright, we're going to come up here. Yep, field looks really, really good. Stop driver. Ooh, is that enough? Ooh, 6,000 liters. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Yeah, you missed a few spots here and there, but good enough. Yeah, I still got the narrow tires on the Vulture. I said, you know what, you're fine. You don't need wide tires. You got enough grip in the narrow tires to pull a lime spreader, right? I don't know how much 18,000 liters of lime would weigh, but I think it's quite a bit. So I think these narrow tires might be a little bit too small for the load that we have behind it. But after all, this is Farming Simulator, so it's going to work out just fine. I do need at some point, but I got a funny feeling it's not going to happen until I get a rainy day, of getting back up to the tree farm and cutting down the rest of the trees. That wood chipper has been sitting there idle for, it seems like forever at this point. At one point, we were getting rain, I don't want to say often, but we had a couple rain showers, rainy days right in a row, it seemed like, and we were over there. I'm like, geez, I'm about to get ready to start buying a planter, or at least a lease planter, and start planting some trees up there, because I'm going to burn through these trees pretty darn quick, and I haven't had time to do so. And I think I'm going to even have less time pretty darn soon because of all the fields that we now have. And I just realized I don't think I got a full fertilization on this field. Apparently I did not take care of it too well, because the end of the field over there I can see has a chopped straw in it. So that's the thing. And like I said, I don't think I got enough lime for this field either. But we'll get done when we get done. And then go back, top it off. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to have like a little strip left, and it's going to annoy me if I don't go back to the farm, top it off, and come back and do it. And once we get this done, we'll head on down. Like I said, we're going to grab the Volvo truck. Well, that's all we have really to haul big loads is Volvo trucks. And we got that Wilson trailer that holds 120,000 liters. And we'll start grabbing some TMR and go feed the cows. Now, I do believe the cows are going to take, was it 600,000 liters? I think is what they take now. It could be. Oh, and I did check after last episode. We are up to 200 sheep, by the way. 200 sheep, because we were talking about that. Well, at least I was talking about it. You guys were probably just listening. But yeah, I got 200 sheep now. So after 50 more sheep and they'll be full. So there's a good chance. I don't know what sheep sell for. Something I never thought of. Once that pen is full, I guess I could start selling some sheep and getting some money from them. I mean, they'll keep reproducing sheep, but we could sell some. I really don't know how much they go for. I mean, pigs go for 1,000. I don't think sheep are that expensive, so it may not even be worth it. I'm not sure. Only reason why, because sheep don't reproduce like the pigs do. So even at full capacity, I'm not sure it'd be worth it. But something to think about. But I mean, it's taken them that long to get up to 200 sheep, and so I need another 50. So that's probably like another week or two in game before I'm maxed out in that pasture. Seems about right. I think I'm getting, let's see, I think I'm getting probably 6 sheep a day at this point. I don't know. I'm trying to do math in my head. Trying to figure out how many different brands of sheep I actually have in that pasture. I thought I turned the lime spreader off, and apparently I didn't. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm trying to make sure I save every little bit I can, but looking at things, I think we're going to be just short. I could have swore I spread fertilizer down on that edge over there. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's not now, right? So, yeah, when I was moving the tractors around last episode, I swear I fertilized that field. I'm like, yeah, didn't take care of that little edge. And I swear I took care of it, but I shouldn't swear because it's not done. It's not done. Well, so it looks like we'll be paying probably at the end of today, in game day, we'll be paying off 300 grand on the loan, which is pretty good because we've been spending money elsewhere. $2.5 million on property alone. It will take a while to get that $2.5 million back on that land. Oh, wow. I'm trying to think of how many harvests it's going to take, but that's not the fun part. The fun part's going to be when the harvest of that cotton field comes along, and and I got like 6 or 7 modules in one field, and the cotton's worth $2,000 per, and I can get like maybe a lot, maybe like $750,000 worth of cotton off a field. So, and since it probably take what 3 or 4 harvests before I get my money back on that field. But in a way, we also got a little bit of money off the field because we bought the fields with crop in it, probably worth about 200 grand. So that kicks in. So like I said, here we are on the last strip. I'm running out of lime pretty quick, and it's going to leave like a little bit at the end, right, just to annoy me. Just to annoy me. I got the pedal down to the floor, but it's the working speed of the spreader that matters. Actually, I think we are going to make it. Yep, we're going to make it. All right. I'm okay. The stars are aligned for us today. So all the fields up here should be all set on lime. Man, I need to go back. I don't remember the last time I repaired the spreader either. But the one thing it probably does need, and the tractor does need as well, something I really don't do much on the Pacific Northwest, is wash vehicles. So we're going back and give these things a wash and park them on up. Yeah, I didn't know until last episode that this Vulture that we have is a 245 horsepower tractor. I knew it was it's in the small tractor class. But man, that's a lot of horsepower. Although this is a modded tractor from Stevie, so I don't know if this engine option is available in the base game for the Vultra. I mean, I could check out here in a second to see if it actually is. Which would be good to know, because I remember, for some reason I remember back on Ravenport, yes, on Ravenport, early days of Ravenport, before mods, I was looking for a tractor, a small tractor that had a good amount of horsepower, and we ended up getting the Case tractor. I think that was like one of the first mods on the Giants mod hub. And the Vulture tractor is something I never really used until we started the Pacific Northwest. I don't see these over here in the States, at least where I am. There we go. That looks nice and clean. Wash up our Bredel with the lime in it. Now it's time to go take care of the cows. I should double check on the John Deere to make sure he's not past where the weeds are. Then I'm just paying him to weed. Well, nothing. He's got other fields that he could weed. Yeah, I put this wash station down here and I never drive through it. I just park outside the front here and use it. Before I do anything, let me just double check on the John Deere. Is he... Well, he's not catching up at all, so yeah, he's fine. Let's see. Probably just easier if I drive around and park the lime spreader back in the shed over here where it's needed. I also, after I got done harvesting, I brought the harvester to the gas station and filled up with some diesel fuel. And I repaired the harvester and also repaired the header. Yeah, the header was pretty much fine, but I'm like, well, while we're here, repair those while we're here. Alright, you can just park in there. You don't have to park too, because I got plenty of shed space up here. Now, I was pretty close to buying a tractor last episode, until I said, let me look at the horsepower of this Vultra. And I was shocked that it was like 245 horsepower that I do have in here. But I will just double check to see how much the base game Vultra has. Let me just dive right in here really quick. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Of course, I say that. It should be, it's the Vultra N series, right? Yeah, Vultra N series, Vultra N series. What does the base game engine... Oh, so the max horsepower for the base game Vultra on small tractors is still 201 horsepower, which is pretty darn good. But we got 245. How are you doing on seeding field 20? You're fine for now. And then I'll probably send you up to field number 4 just because. You're doing fine down here, and those fields probably will be tomorrow. So let's go ahead and grab this thing, which is the Volvo truck with the Wilson trailer that can hold 120,000 liters. Let me check the cow stats here just to see what I should be doing first. Wow, they're going to take a lot of straw. So I have a lot of straw. I think I'll just grab the straw out of the BGA. When I say out of the BGA, I mean the Total Mix Rations mixer that we have. I do have straw, I believe, in the silos, but I'm going to try to keep that for the horses. Not a big deal because, well, yeah, you're saying we just planted, we planted weeds. We planted wheat in these fields down here, so we're going to have plenty of straw in a couple days. Looks like I planted weeds. Look at them. Yeah, so we'll have plenty of straw in a couple days. I will bale the straw over here just because it's going to be quicker than using a loading wagon. Even though a loading wagon holds 90,000 liters, I'd rather do bales, and because our baler does 20,000 liter bales, and I can pick up a lot of bales at 20,000 liters and just dump them or go sell them. We'll probably end up selling quite a bit. But for now, we're going to come over here and load on up. So the belt systems I got over for the potato washer, I'm going to bring it over here because the TMR does not have any silage in it. So I need to top it off with some silage so I can start making some. Alright, so if we go in here, let me grab some straw because I almost got a million liters in here. I'm not sure if I overfilled this thing before. I think the capacity is 1,000,000 liters. I just came here and put a whole bunch of straw bales in. I don't know if when it overfills, does it, I have no idea what happens to the straw bales if you overfill it. Do they disappear or what happens? I don't know. So the reason why I want to use this Wilson trailer now for doing the cows, we usually do the other trailer, the Crampy. That's the way I pronounce it, the Crampy trailer. It holds 90,000 liters. I love that trailer for years in 17 and even beginning of 19, but I'm starting to fall in love with this Wilson. Not because it holds 30,000 more liters, I mean it's a mod, but the trailer is smaller in size, so it fits into areas a lot better. So if you remember with the other trailer, I'd have to get it just right in order for me to get in here. This trailer gives me tons of room. Now it doesn't unload as quick as the other trailer, but that's fine. Alright, so while that's unloading, we're going to come on down here. And I think I'll put the water spigot right there. This poor thing right here, I thought I would be using it so much more than we have, and I think we used that in the early episodes. I'm going to say like episode 15 or so when we finally got the cows going. And we made all that silage, and we're not burning through that. I mean, we made a lot of silage, as you can tell, but we still have a good amount of silage left over there. And that was all from this field 30, what's that, 32? Yeah, we just did field 32, chopped it up, brought it over. That's the original from like the first couple episodes. And I still think I got like 600,000 liters of silage still left over there. Alright, so now that we brought one load of straw over to the cows, can we scroll on down please, see how it looks? So one more load of straw, and then I'm guessing probably 2, maybe 3 loads of TMR. So let's go back, grab another load of straw and bring it on over. No cows in the pond today. Seems like every time I try to take a picture of the cows around the pond, they just want to stand right in the middle of it. Now, and every time I go by, when I'm not taking a picture of them, there's not a cow standing in the pond. But I mean, sometimes it gets hot here and they like to stand in the pond, I guess. Give me some more straw, and while you're filling on up, I do believe you are done, so we'll get you, want to fold you on up. Get him up to field number 4. You know what? No, field number 3. Get him over to field number 3. That way he'll be over there as a little bit longer, which will allow me to finish off the cows. Well, we got Frank all situated up in field number 3. He is seeding canola up there. As you can see, I'm bringing back some straw because I topped off the cows with straw. So now it's time to grab some TMR after I put the straw back into the mixer. It's going to take a second or two. They're still filling up with water. They require tons and tons of water. But the good thing is about the the fill area. What they call that, the animal extension, where you can just turn on the nozzle. That'd be a lot of tankers I'd be going back and forth with. Probably with that much water, I'd probably put a tanker right outside the cow pen. Just to make my life easier. Probably actually right next to the water trough. Maybe on the opposite side of the gate, so I could just sit in one spot, fill the tanker, then unload. Fill and unload. Make life a little bit easier. Alright, there's all the straw back in there. Alright, so like I said, I got almost 950,000 liters of silage, TMR over here, so I'm thinking a couple loads, maybe 3 loads at least. And there's all the silage we have left, a good amount of silage left. But my guess is before we are done here, I'm going to have to go ahead and plant some corn to make some chaff, to make some more silage. Because we are getting more cows. I mean, I don't remember how many cows we started with. It may have been 10 of each, and then at one point I bought 10 more of each. But now I think we're up to at least in the 70s of all 4 breeds that we have. Hit the button twice. Just I'm curious because wait, what time is it? Oh, it's almost 6 o'clock. So right now, we do have milk, 81,000 liters. So in a couple more minutes, I had the mod that the cows get milked at 6 a.m., 6 p.m. So in 8 more minutes, I should get like another 20,000 liters of milk. What is the milk actually selling for? Just because we are curious here. At least I'm curious while I'm waiting. Not the best. I like to see at least 17 up to 18. That seems to be the max. I think the first day I put down the self-marketing, it was up to 19. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see how high that gets. And I haven't been that close yet since. But that's not too bad. Alright, so we're almost filled up to here. All you can do while you're waiting, while you're getting unloaded, is see how much TMR they have. So it looks like, okay, so that's a half million liters of TMR. So wow, they almost require 1 million liters of TMR now. Ooh. Alright, didn't think it was that much. I did have 1 million liters of TMR over here, but they already had like 350 in there. So, yeah, remember I said about maybe 3 trips? I think it might be 4. 4 trips. This will be my second. Well, here it is, the 4th load of TMR headed on to the cows, and we're also getting ready to reach a magical hour for the cows. Milking time. So I should put us at least over 100,000 liters of milk. When I was checking the stats a little while ago, yeah, some cows, we got 4 different breeds of cows. Some of them are like 72. We got like anywhere from 69 up to 72. So probably like 230 cows-ish is right where we're at. and I don't remember how much this pen holds. I think it's 500. I think I checked on that maybe like 10 episodes ago. I was thinking, man, we might need to build another cow barn if that's the case. And then I realized, no, this barn holds quite a bit. All right, so there is 6 o'clock, so now we should have like 100,000 liters of milk. Yeah, 102,000 liters of milk. Yeah, so 72, 71, 69. So that's like 280. 280 cows. Yeah, that's roughly where we're at. Right? Yeah, okay, 280. I forgot what I just said a couple seconds ago. I think I said a ridiculous number. Anyways, that's where we are with the TMR. I may need a 5th load here, but that could be good enough anyways, because I'm watching the trailer in the background, trying to see it's still emptying out. I may be able to fit a 5th trailer in here. I think I'm going to. Frank is still seeding field number 3. So what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to finish off taking care of the cows. I think I need to move the John Deere from the cotton field. He's getting pretty close to the weed edge. He actually caught up to where the weeds edge is at the moment. I can bring him on down here and he can work on these other fields. I'm going to finish, well, a worker may finish seeding the fields in the upper plateau. I'm going to pay off $300,000 off the loan in between episodes. That'll leave me with a little bit of cash in the morning, which I probably don't need that much, but I'd rather have it than not have it. So we'll pay off. I'll pay $300,000 off the loan, and it'll be morning, and we'll probably be taking care of the other animals, meaning the chickens and the sheep, and maybe the pigs a little bit. I think the pigs need some straw as well. So yeah, we'll take care of those animals, and then probably, I don't want to say skip through the day a little bit, because we're going to have to wait for the fields on the lower west side to be ready for harvest. I'll see what stage they're in when I wake up in the morning. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time right here in the Pacific Northwest. But until then, have a good one.